I said we have over 700 detainees with the Syrian Democratic Forces from over 40 countries. And although we have been successful in returning some, there are still many more that have to be returned. I think we all recognize that many of the individuals that led ISIS in the early days had been detainees at one time or another, and so what's very important is that we address this properly, and particularly, where appropriate, return them home for prosecution. Where the challenge has been there's not only political issues, but there's legitimate legal framework issues for addressing this in many of the countries. And so Secretary Pompeo, at Secretary Mattis's request, has made this a high priority for the State Department.
Despite more than a decade of battling, do you think that's accurate?
But it's been a long, slow progress, and again, no one in the room today was in a position to commit to do something about it. But again, part of today is raising awareness on those challenges that we have that must be addressed. So I know that the Chiefs of Defense will return home to their home countries and make it clear that this issue was addressed and that some action is required, particularly from the countries that these individuals came from.
I don't think I had a chance to ask you since the certification came out. Do you also?
We're also making sure inside Syria that these people are housed in a facility in which they can't simply commingle with each other, so they become a kind of a nucleus for a future threat. We want to make sure that they can never get out, and that as they remain in Syria, they remain in a facility that is safe, that is secure, that has access to the ICRC, so it meets international standards as much as possible, and is also well-resourced. That's something else that the coalition, we're calling on the coalition to help with the burden sharing of this, because it truly is a multinational problem. I think we have 700 detainees from about 40 different countries. So again, the benefit of having so many chiefs of defense here today was to raise this issue in some detail as we discuss it with the civilian counterparts in these capitals.